Hi, my name is Elizabeth McPherson, and this is my introduction video to EDL 851. So a few things about me. I am a military wife. I have moved around. So I'm originally from Minnesota. We landed in Florida after that, and now we are here in Kansas. I have a 5-year-old daughter, and she keeps me on my toes. Some of the things I love are math, and I love to eat donuts, and my favorite color is orange. I'm in my 10th year of teaching. I've taught both math and special education. Being in the military has given me the opportunity to be in 4 schools in 3 different states, and my future kind of path is hopefully somewhere in the special education field doing some administration. I am a runner. I am hoping to run 20 races in 2020, and my goal is to race in every state. So my background is in math and special education. So I have a bachelor's in math and secondary education, and then I got my master's in special education after that. So I started my teaching career at a private school called Christian Heritage Academy. This was in Minnesota. I taught 4th through 8th grade math, and then as I got my special education license, I moved to be an intervention specialist for the school. So I was working with any kid who needed some special ed services. After I got my special ed degree, I moved to Academy of Whole Learning. This is a private school for kids on the autism spectrum or with related disabilities. So I had lots of kiddos with lots of differences, and I was the STEM and math specialist. Once we moved to Florida, I taught at Largo High School, just did traditional mathematics at the high school there. And then after 3 years of that, we landed in Kansas. So I am currently in Junction City at the middle school. And I am a specialized program teacher, and I'm a behavior specialist. So it's a self-contained classroom for kids who need a little extra love. So looking at the standard, what are the strategies for developing a collaborative professional culture that support the following? So in the area of improvement, I think a couple things are important. I think meaningful evaluations are important. I think it is very much a waste of everyone's time if administrators don't make their evaluations meaningful to the teacher so that there can be improvement in the learning. Mentorship and training. As a teacher who moves around a lot, this is important to me to have someone who can kind of come alongside me regardless of how much experience I have and support me in becoming a better teacher. And then relevant follow-up. If we just kind of do some evaluations and say, oh, here's the new stuff you need to know, and then walk away, we lose some opportunities of growth. So I think that follow-up throughout the year is really important for administrators. Retention, I'm all about what I call a culture check. I think right now in the media, online, in the news, we're really hearing everything negative about schools. Teachers getting beat up, teachers quitting, school violence, things like that. And I think retention for teachers is going to start when we try to shift the culture to the things that we're doing right and not the things we're doing wrong. Providing job advancements. When teachers get to a district, for there to be opportunity for them to grow in areas that they would like to grow, I think can help retain teachers. And then just having a culture that's listening. I think when teachers don't feel heard is when they're most likely to move on. It's really a kind of frustrating and stuck feeling when you do not feel like you have a say in the community. So learning, I think all the professional development and training possible is important. We can't expect teachers to teach curriculum or content that they're maybe uncomfortable with, so providing them the resources to be confident. Creating content teams, I think as an administrator, one of my goals will always be to get teachers who teach the same thing together. It's very important that that collaboration happens for the learning of the students and the teachers. And then again, meaningful observations, not just administrator observations, but peer-to-peer observations. What are my fellow teachers doing? What are my fellow principals doing? And how can I use some of those good things I see? And then a well-being check, I think, again, goes back to that culture, preaching more about the positives than the negatives. I think using your personal days is good. You gotta take a break and take care of yourself once in a while. And I'm a huge advocate for EAP programming. As an administrator, I will always advocate for my teachers to have mental health support as part of their benefits package, because I think it's incredibly important for teachers to be provided a resource to get help. In the development of a healthy and effective professional culture, what roles do the following play? So looking at relationships and trust, I think relationship has a big scope, and it starts at the top and everything kind of trickles down and matters from there. So I think the district level to the administration in their schools matter. Are they providing clear and consistent communication that that admin can then relate to their staff. When you look at administrators to their staff, is that communication and that relationship honest? Do teachers understand what administration needs from them? Are they building a relationship that is based on that kind of clear and honest understanding? Staff to staff, I think that we need to make sure that our teachers are respecting the positions we hold, that kind of that mutual understanding of the importance of every person in the building. Staff to students, engaging in professional and genuine relationships. And then staff to the community, are we actively and engaging the resources that are in the community? Are we collaborating with the people outside of our school to make our school inside the best it can be? Then when we look at trust, I think it's kind of 4 key words come to my mind. Is it genuine? Is it consistent? Is it participatory? And is it reliable? So are we able to see kind of this genuine nature? Are we able to trust in what's happening? We don't feel like it has a hidden agenda or it's kind of a fake kind of ploy to get what they want. Is it consistent? Can we trust them on an ongoing basis? Do they allow us to kind of be a part of the process, or do we just have to trust everything they're doing with no say? And then again, reliability. I like this quote: trust is earned when actions meet words. So how does this support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult? I think for teachers, we find more ownership in our instruction and more ownership in our classroom. We find self-confidence and professional confidence to do our job, which results in that career validation. Instead of feeling like we need to walk out early, we feel really confident about what we chose to do. And again, goes to that culture shift. We can be more positive instead of focusing on the negative. And I think for students, it provides similar things: ownership for their learning in their future, self-confidence and belonging. I want to come to school because there's a place for me. And then for them to just start seeing that opportunity and growth in themselves and in the school.